I'm Dr. Adriana Aldana. I'm an associate professor in the Department of Social Work at California State University, Dominguez Hills. I typically teach our foundational theory course, Critical Race Studies in Social Work Practice. I also teach research methods. I've taught policy advocacy courses and our culminating experience in the Department of Social Work. My area of expertise for my research is youth engagement and community change. So that involves community organizing with high school students, youth participatory action research projects to create change in schools or neighborhoods. So my area of expertise, I really like to think, is just building critical consciousness with young people. A lot of what I do in class is experiential activities, simulations, case vignettes that look at real world issues that are happening, and then integrating critical race theory and its tenets to help us unpack where we might be a target of systems of oppression or where we might benefit from those in terms of our different social identities. I think my response to the backlash to critical race theory is twofold. One is hopefully to educate on some of the misinformation around critical race theory. It is a theoretical framework that originated in legal scholarship, and even within schools of law, it is not a dominant framework that is taught or employed. In the field of education, we have also expanded our understanding of critical race theory, and even then, it's usually in graduate school programs. So I think a lot of the fear is that young children or high school students are being taught critical race theory when in reality that's just not the case. Secondly, I don't think that there's anything wrong with teaching young children or adolescents to think critically about society and the role of racism in creating inequality. I think that there's developmental appropriate ways to introduce some of the concepts and the themes that are related to critical race theory. But the theory itself is a very kind of specialized graduate level. Younger people are readily exploring and willing to really unpack their identities, to unpack systems that are not working for everyone, and to advance social justice. And I don't think that that's unique to our current younger generation. If we look historically at social movements, so many of them have been led by young people, usually in college and high school, a combination of those two, and often in intergenerational relationships with adults. And I think that that's in part my research interest. Like, how do we create intergenerational spaces where adults serve as allies to young people so that young people can build their critical consciousness and their agency to create social change? The location and history of California State University, Dominguez Hills is essential to really framing and spearheading not just critical race theory, but student-led, community-based, transformative education. And I think we have done a wonderful job of creating opportunities for first gen, a diverse group of racialized students, often who come from impoverished communities, to pursue higher education and have broader opportunities in the kind of socioeconomic realm. I feel like we could still do so much more to live to the promise of creating systemic change. When I was looking for positions as a faculty, I was looking for programs that were intentional about building capacity for critical analysis of race, and the MSW program in our campus felt like a really good fit. I think that my teaching style, which is often very participatory, critically engaging in dialogue lend itself really well to teaching critical race theory. It's those conversations and dialogues that I have with students in unpacking critical race theory with a social work lens, because it's fairly new in our field, has strengthened my own understanding of the theory, but also the approach to teaching. I think students always push me to think about, what does this look like? What does this theoretical analysis look like in practice? Or how do we take this lens and ability to critically analyze racism into, for example, clinical practice or nonprofit management? Our students are at the forefront of helping us articulate, what does CRT-informed social work look like? The faculty members within the MSW program are very diverse, both in race, ethnicity, makeup, but also our practice experience and our previous work experience. And I think that really strengthens the development of both curriculum and what is being taught in the classroom, but then also co-curricular activities and just the learning environment in general. I know that I really value learning from colleagues who had, decades of work experience within the field of social work, who then pivoted into social work education. There's so many different specializations, and that clinical practice and case management is just one small piece, often the one that's most often well known. And so I just encourage folks to really explore, if you're interested in creating change in the community, if you're interested in policy analysis, if you are interested in creating your own nonprofit organization one day. Social work provides the skills and the knowledge to engage in social change in so many different contexts.